imposing figure, such a popular figure. You know, she's just growing and growing over the years.
On the whistle, ready?
Well, there we go. The start of his 5th title in a row, if he were to get it. Extraordinary.
Very easy. Moving quickly as well.
Yeah, you have to touch to the fact, you see, he just stumbled a bit with his right leg. He's had quite a serious hip injury not that long ago, but wanted to come and get the historic 5th. Hasn't affected his shoulders, has it? Number 4.
Remember, 28.5 stone on his shoulders and above his head. Then he's beaten, hits his time, he knows he has, and that'll do for him.
Well, I think we're going to see a different Hall today. Years gone by, I'm sure he would have showboated and done number 5. Today, it's about getting across the finish line.
Business-like from the beast, a quick 4 and out, winning the event and conserving energy for the 5 challenges to come.
And it's Eddie Hall up against Graham Hicks.
Strapping on, just takes the pressure off the grip a little bit. Necessary in a long day of events. Now, Hall on the right, Hicks on the left. This is going to be a real doozy. Both men good deadlifters. Hall's belt.
Yeah, Hall's belt has fallen off.
Not what you want when you've got a hip injury.
14 to beat. And you can see on Eddie's face there, he's not enjoying this.
Oh, he's slowed down a lot as well. What a chance for Hicks to pull away here.
Well, Hall now, the one to pull ahead.
Slow and steady. Well, Eddie's equalled the current lead, 14. Here comes Hicksy.
Well, look at this from Graham Hicks. It's just 2 men answering each other.
Oh, time's ticking, 10 seconds to go. Oh, Hall doesn't go. Now he does.
Well, look at that from Eddie Hall, 15. But Hicks, can he answer that? I think not. You can see frustration there on the face of Eddie Hall, even though he's won the deadlift with 15 reps. And Hicks kicking himself.
Yeah, Hicks went too early on the 15th. The Hall waited, but how about that belt in the beginning? That did not help Eddie Hall's cause. Goodness.
2 event wins out of 2 then for Eddie Hall, beating Graham Hicks with a perfectly timed 15th rep. Felix, Bishop and Hicks all share 2nd place. A great result that for Graham, who's not renowned for his deadlifting.
Eddie Hall.
And this is the one I do worry for Eddie's hip. He looked in a little pain earlier on that deadlift.
Well, it's not just about strength, it's about speed and balance.
Brilliant start from Eddie, but look at this. Hicks, he's sprinting away here.
Well, that's extraordinary from Graham Hicks. Just an amazing time. And look at that, Eddie really suffering now.
He went down about a metre short of the line there. 8.61.
Well, he takes the super yoke. Is he having the day he wants?
Just maybe. Certainly Eddie doesn't look like that went so well, but 10.02. Great time, but the pain, oh yeah, wow. He's in a world of hurt.
That's no way to describe Sheffield.
Eddie Hall, meanwhile, a wounded beast, limping over the line in 2nd, just ahead of Hollands and Bishop. Just 2 points now, Eddie's lead over Graham at the halfway stage of this competition. The pair 7 points clear of 3rd place Adam Bishop, while Terry Hollands, after a shaky start, is slowly getting back into the podium race.
And Eddie Hall, the man to make any man feel a little less confident, despite the gum shield.
Well, this is going to be a true test of that hip that's really obviously in a lot of pain. This is probably the kind of event that you'd want to jump the gun and get a flyer on, because you have got a lot of pain. Little humour there. And you can see the lighter side of things for a split second, but he's going to be hurting now as Hicksy's off.
Well, look at the speed on Hicks. But Eddie, with that experience.
Wow. The power, he just ripped that off the ground like it was nothing.
Onto the sacks. No problem for Eddie yet.
Just wild power. I mean, he looks a bit cumbersome bending over, but just rips it off the ground so well.
Well, his hip will be giving him some grief now. Manages to catch up with Hicks, though, who caught up with him. Both men now.
It's just so neck and neck. Who's going to pull this one off?
Well, it looks like it was Eddie, and he knows it. 47.39. Only places him 5th, and Hicks in 6th. What a race, though.
Tell us about the run. What a race.
Yeah, it was a good race. I fumbled on the barrel and the sack. My hip is absolutely agony, and you know, I'm just pushing through. Pain is nothing. Pain's pain. That title's more important to me.
Well, for all his words, the champion clearly struggling now. While Terry Hollands takes the win, Hall, for once, finishes well down the order, just ahead of a frustrated-looking Graham Hicks. So, overall, Eddie's lead is now 3 points, with 2 events still to go, and Bishop and Hollands, with their performances, narrowing the gap to the top 2.
Big breath in from Eddie Hall, trying to make that chest even bigger. Lactic acid, of course, starts to kick in after 10 to 15 seconds. That's that wash of pain over your body. And get yourself into the zone here. You have to keep the arms at 90 degrees, your bottom up against that metal pole. That's what the referees are looking out for.
And like you say, just getting into that zone is so important. It's kind of just surviving, isn't it?
It's horrible. It's the worst minute of your life, of course, if you last a minute. You've seen men doing sub 10 seconds, sub 20 seconds. Hicks, he's starting to falter. He's going down a little bit. 42, 43 seconds in.
Well, 62.68 to beat. That's it for Hicks. Manages 4th place. And what about Eddie? What can Eddie do?
Holding strong. He's got that time to chase now for once. I've never seen him beaten.
Gulping forever, he can't do it. Under a minute. Manages 58.19 seconds. It's enough for 2nd place. Really struggling now.
Yeah, I mean, key there was he kept ahead of Hicks. Couldn't take the local boy, though, Paul Smith. But he certainly put everything into it.
A tremendous result for local lad Paul Smith, holding on for over a minute, a feat rarely seen anywhere in strongman. Solid points for the Beast once again. Disaster, meanwhile, for Adam Bishop, down in 10th. Adam's grip on 3rd place is now looking similarly shaky. Paul Smith moving past Terry Hollands to just 2 points off the podium, while up top, 5 points now the lead for Eddie as he closes in on title number 5. Up next, it's the climax of Britain's Strongest Man, the Atlas Stones.
Composed or grumpy, I'm not sure. Eddie Hall.
You just wonder how many more nights we're going to see Eddie Hall. If he's retired from World's Strongest Man, he's fighting through the pain tonight. Can he do it one last time?
Well, Hicks's speed today has marked these events out as something special, and he's not slowing down.
Oh, one motion from Hall. This then for his 5th title.
Well, he did slow down, and Hall sped up. Look at that. Eddie Hall takes the Atlas Stones in under 20 seconds, all 5 of them.
Very impressive. Hicksy looked a bit pedestrian. Coming in over 23 seconds for 3rd in the Stones. But a good day. He'll be in the silver medal position overall. So way to take your clothes off, Dan.
Streamlining the undressing process, and his dad loves it. Well, we know he's done enough, Eddie Hall, but he's done it convincingly. 3 seconds ahead of all the other guys, 19.83 seconds. And we know for a 5th time, he'll be Britain's Strongest Man.
Doesn't matter what background you come from, doesn't matter who you are, work hard, keep your head down, and you can achieve amazing things.
Those are incredible words, Eddie Hall.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody here. I really appreciate the fans, especially everyone on TV. Thank you very much.
Not at all, Eddie. Happy to help. Well, the final standings then. Hollands and Bishop joint 3rd, but Hollands will take the podium. He was faster on the stones. Hicks had a great day. He's in 2nd. And Eddie Hall, of course, is Britain's Strongest Man.
Eddie Hall!
That means one other thing, Colin. Let's have a montage.
Yes, from Eddie Hall, the beast hits the 180, and he's happy with that. This man's static strength is simply immoral. Eddie Hall in pursuit, in defence.
He's in a whole different class, guys.
There's the finish for Hicks. Eddie Hall, wincing with pain. Hicks, ludicrously fast. It's a driving Holland drives back. Wow! Balto! Holland's looked like he had it. Paul Smith, how bad do you want it, young man? Hall and Hicks. Hall with 5. The booze. Eddie Hall.